Welcome to Gun Game. For every one kill, the weapon changes. The first to kill with all weapons wins.
What you just heard propagating through your ear holes is the new voiceovers for the game. This is one of the many, many things added in this new 10 gigaclam update, so why don't you just stick around with me a little bit, and by the end I'll guarantee you'll be a little bit more of a learned individual about this game. Now the first thing I want to touch on are these new voiceovers. Now when I saw that this is going to be included in the new update on their little expose that they performed for us about their future plans, I was a little nervous that we were going to get some European Ubermensch to give us some very corny lines, something along the lines of,
"The objective of the game is to survive.
You are going to win the game. Enemy at the home."
But no, that's not what we got. We got something decent. Now there is one corny one that I'm going to point out, or I think you'd be able to figure out which one it is, so you can eat it. Yeah. Take a listen to these, because I'm such a nice guy. I'll give you some samples. And then maybe one might make you hard, maybe one might not.
Gun Game. For every one kill, the weapon changes. The first to kill with all weapons wins. Welcome to Deathmatch. The first player to make 30 kills wins. Versus. The last team standing wins. Welcome to Versus. The last team standing wins.
Now, if you didn't graduate from 2nd grade, I would assume that you didn't catch that it was the last one that I was talking about. Now, fear not, my 4chan dwellers. It's not the only thing they added in this game. As I stated before, it was a 10 gigabyte update. But now the next thing I'd like to voice my useless opinion about is the addition of bots. Now, because I know what grass feels like and I'm not a completely useless member of society, all of the footage you'll see in the background today is just simply bot matches. Now, pipe down, Pipsqueak. Don't fret now. The developers specifically mentioned that the bots are nowhere near completion, so I don't think that they will be swarming Facebook convincing uncles of their factuality anytime soon, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they can't be difficult to deal with. Just like any other automated human being in a video game, they can just kind of pop in and out, just teleport, do their own little thing. What I've picked up on mostly is that usually when you're closing in on winning the match against them, they'll tend to target you a little bit more. Now, I think that might be a feature of the game, or I'm just a schizophrenic, who knows. All in all, there are some positives and there are some negatives about them. One positive, as stated by the two religious deities that created the game, is that they're meant to help the pace go a little bit better between matches. Now, because I didn't do any research here, I'm just going to go out on a whizzle and faux shizzle say that one of the negatives is most likely the fact that the bots are a little too easy. So if you're in a match like Gun Game, you might kill a lot of them and then somebody spawns in, and lo and behold, you're already on an assault rifle and you're going up against somebody with a pistol. They can bite me, but it's not good for them. If my guesstimation is correct, one thing that they could do to change this would potentially be increasing the difficulty of the bots. Another thing I'd like to touch on is just before you jump to your doom with no parachute, they put a TV in the plane. Because even in an adrenaline-filled war zone full of horrors and death, there's always room for brain rot. One of the dark, sadistic things that I'm into is sights in video games. And lo and behold, they got a new one.
Objective secured. Lock down. You're alone on the point. Stay sharp.
Now, don't get me wrong, it's nothing to leave your wife over, but it is nice to see that they are adding new sights. As you may have noticed from that horrific sound, there's also a new game mode, Hardpoint. Hardpoint. Yeah, I said it. I said the word hard. How does that make you feel, huh? Well, the objective is basically just to stand in this circle, square, and then just wait and listen to this timer. It's kind of boring. I would assume it would be a little bit more fun under a multiplayer match that doesn't have bots. But nonetheless, it's a nice fine addition to this repertoire. Another thing your astute Heine Hole might be picking up on is the map that I'm playing on is not anything that has been in the game. Yep, that's right. Your eyes are not deceiving you. You're not having a stroke. This is a new map, and it's called Paintball. It's pretty fun. Really small. Spawns are a little weird, but it's pretty good. If it just so happened that I were being held hostage by the developers of the game, I'd have to give this map 1 out of 10. I'd say it's pretty eerie. In addition to this new map, there's also been some changes to 2 other maps that have pre-existed in the game since day 1. Warren House got an upgrade with the skybox in the background being changed to something resembling Call of Duty World at War, and Russian Building got a bathroom with some graffiti, as well as a new staircase that makes the game a little bit more tactical. It leaves you thinking with your butt instead of your head. I have one more change that I'd like to mention in this video, and that is the movement change. Let's just put it this way, it's pretty freaking dramatic. It's a little too hard. The game has become kind of more Call of Duty-like. I get it, they were trying to make it a little bit more fast-paced, but at the same time, I kind of like how the game reminded me about how I was shook as a child. You know, just something about being able to look at all 360 degrees, up, left, northeast, northwest, up the butt, around the corner, out past the truck stop parking lot, through the airport, down by the gas station, all over the place. Sucks. You can't do that anymore. All you got is left, right, up, down. Y, Z. You know, that's it. That's all you got. There is none of that. I got all my computer screen. Nope. Threw it out the window. I've been more commonly getting jump shotted. I've been getting killed a little faster. I've noticed that it's probably going to be unfortunate that all of these Call of Duty players are going to start migrating over. You know, they got to find something else to ruin. And don't get me wrong, you get used to the movement after a little bit, but Jesus, it is such a change. Last time I played this, I felt like I was getting thrown into space through a catapult. I felt like somebody threw me on a trebuchet and just launched me across the English countryside. It's ridiculous, the change that happened, and it was uncalled for. I understand the devs are trying to appeal to a wider audience of people, but at the same time, you're going to lose your core audience. Tactical game players. I love Ground Branch. I like Escape from Tarkov. I liked this game. I still like it now, but come on, what a big change. And then just to throw it on us, you could have at least made the tweaks a little bit less than what you did right now. And honestly, it is what it is. You gotta get used to it. Things change, people change, times change, the clock goes on. You know, I'm kind of getting emotional about it. Oh, shut up. Anyways, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, Barney's committed atrocities in the name of Allah. And don't forget, the Toyota Prius is pretty haram.